many times have you been drugged?
Drugged?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's go back to... okay, so from the times that I would say Australia good at least 7 times, and then when I came back she did it a few more times, and
So
then
you used to with her when you came back?
well, I wasn't wanting to, but she stole the key from my apartment, and then she said, you know what I'm gonna say, so don't even bother getting your locks changed. And then her and her brother did lots of like really... They came into my room at night when I was sleeping, and they tied me up, and they did lots of weird sexual stuff and filmed it and made it look like I was enjoying it, because they said, if you don't act like you're enjoying it, we're gonna tell my dad you did these things. So they said their blackmail to me was, we're gonna send the video around to the whole university and make sure everyone knows you're gay. And I knew that I wasn't, and there's nothing wrong. Like if someone's gay, whatever. That's the thing. That's what saved me. My not caring about the things in the way that other people cared about them really gave me like a lot of solace. So when I changed the locks, when I remembered these things, I changed the locks, and then everyone around uni started being like, you're gay, batty man. But I was with the angel, like the love of my life at that point, so I didn't really care.
You still loved her?
Sorry?
You still loved her?
No, not that toxic girl. I was with the
oh.
Greek girl, and that's what she told me. She was like, I've seen the video. I know you're not gay, so what's the problem? I was like, okay.
So there's actually a video circulating?
There was at the time, yeah. And she was like, lots of people, like this is to the extent of Asian people wanting to destroy each other. One of them who I had cut off a long time before that, he goes to me, who are your friends? And I was like, why do you want to know that? He goes, no, because you don't chill with anyone that we see you with. Who are you chilling with? Yeah. And then he went and showed the people I told him, like silly me, right? I shouldn't have told him. He went and showed those people, and those people were like, we don't want to talk to anyone because you're gay. And I was like, okay. And then I found myself on my own again from like, this whole like blackmail thing that she'd set up to make me. She said, I'm going to use you for everything you've got, then I'm going to make you kill yourself, and then I'll be done with you. And then when the video went around, she was expecting me to do it, and I saw her and I just started laughing at her. I was like, I'm so happy right now. You can't do anything to fuck up my happiness.
Have you seen her since?
She keeps trying to get in contact with me, even to this day. She made a fake Tumblr account, and she said, can you hit me up if you're horny and you want to chat? And I said to her, you remind me of someone I used to know a long time ago, and it's very sad when your life revolves around sex, it becomes very lonely. And she started having a go at me and blah blah. I knew it was her, and even now to this day, like I'm very considering, should I get a restraining order? Should have got it when I was at uni, didn't. I mean, I think these people, they're trolls, right? Like the reason why she stopped bugging me is because I just ignored her. She stopped getting a reaction out of me. So
how many? Let's go back to the question. How many times have you been drugged?
Under 10, but more than 7. I can't be precise. It's really funny as though they were talking about this on the Joe Rogan podcast. They were saying, I wonder if there's any guys out there who've been roofied, because we always hear about it with girls, but never guys. And when I came out about it, other guys said it happened, but all of us have said the same thing. We were embarrassed.
Does this make you question sex? Like in general, sex? Like, did you feel weird about it?
Yeah, I did for a long time, man. But then I met my girlfriend at the time.
You still with her now?
No, man. Oh, that hurts, because I broke it off with her because, like, God was telling me at the time, this woman has helped you put yourself back together, but you're dragging her down. Like, if I stayed with her, I wouldn't have grown. Yeah. Because I would have been like, she's always there for me, and she would have stunted her growth for me. So, like, we spent a year together, like, shit, man. She was like, she's the reason why I'm not weird about sex, because she loved me in all of my weirdness, and she slowly, like, she said, you're a prude, like, you don't want to try any of this stuff like that other guys have tried with me. And I'm like, I was like a virgin, because all the sex I'd had was not good, and we really fucked up situations. Like that girl, she would have sex with groups of guys, and the vagina is supposed to be like friction, whatever, like supposed to be nice and tight. She would make me have sex with her, and just to show me like it's really wide, and she'd be like, you can't please me because you're not a man and stuff like that. So she had a lot of issues in herself, Oh, I mean, she was very. She didn't want to talk about it, but when we'd first met, she opened up about some bad sexual experiences she'd had, like being sexually assaulted.
Sounds
Yeah, and you know, she'd basically she wanted me to experience the shame and the guilt that she was. I don't know. Maybe that's just me conjecture as well. Maybe, yeah, man. I mean, I don't like to speak too much on them because I can't. Like, she's told me a lot, and she had sex with her own brother a lot of the time. Like, I watched them as well. Like, I walked in on them doing it. There's a lot there, man. It's not really like I've been wanting to talk about that situation for a long time on the YouTube channel, but I could never do it before without judging it, and I don't want it to come from that place.
Why do you think sex is so like such a thing within people? Like,
because we put clothes on at one point. I think that's all it comes down to, bro. One day we put clothes on, and suddenly something happened with shame.
That's so bad. That's so bad.
Dude, think about it though, right? You know, if like for me, I don't go into the when I go into the.
That's blowing me away a little bit still.
You know, when I go into the men's changing room, like after yoga or something, I don't have a shower there, but I don't want to look at no one's dick. I don't want no one looking at me because I know I'm weird about sex. Like, I've been through a lot of stuff with that, so that's my thing. But I always thought about it, like if we were walking down the road, and you just saw dicks and vaginas and tits and arse and stuff generally, like I probably wouldn't be that weird about it. I'd be like, all right.
No, it makes sense.
But I think that, and I didn't make that up, the whole clothes thing, but I haven't heard anyone put it like that, but that's what makes sense to me. Because I think when you sexualize children, it's because like with something like you're hiding something, then it becomes a taboo, and then it becomes don't talk about it, and then it becomes something more. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if we were all standing in a room naked and there was children present and one guy's got a boner, we'd be like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Has this whole situation changed the way you look at people? Because me being naive, I'm listening to your story and thinking to myself, I didn't believe people could be so cruel. Like real talk, especially like with the whole sexual thing. Like,
yeah.
I could see the power in it, but then the way people exercise that, it's just crazy to think people could be so cruel. Do you have that?
Yeah, I mean, it just shows weakness, to be honest. The weakest man is the one who desires everything, and the most powerful man is the one who desires nothing. And that's something I live my life by from now on, forever. Because I think weakness is cruelty, because you only being cruel to yourself. Everyone's a reflection of each other. This is what I believe. So if I see a child that I know I can manipulate or use in whatever way I want to, if I do that, it's because I want to have that power over someone because I don't have it over myself. But me having power over myself, I choose what I do, I choose who I talk to, I choose who I love, all those things. I don't need to do anything to anyone else. But the weakest people in this society are the ones who are refusing to confront. Bless you. The weakest people in the society we live in are the ones who are refusing, like absolutely refusing to go in here and have a look at what was going on. But look, cruelty, I mean, I get what you mean, man. I took myself out of society for almost 3 years. I was abstinent. I cut off everyone, didn't have any friends, didn't go to the cinema, didn't do anything, grew my beard out, grew my hair out. Like I stopped doing a lot of things. I stopped watching TV. I stopped using social media. I got a new Instagram account. I just followed positive quotes, and I unlearned everything. Well, everything. I unlearned a lot of things. And the cruelty thing, I did feel it back then because I was scared to trust people ever again. And yeah, now I have like, you know, I have like it's gonna sound weird, but I audition people to be in my life because I know how special I am and I know I have good intentions. And if I feel from someone that they don't, well, you don't meet my criteria, so you can't be involved.
Has that taken a while to get that value back in your life then?
Yeah, it's taken experience. You know, I did it in baby steps. Like I had massive social anxiety because I was just scared of like, you know, I met this Spanish girl in 2015 when we got our first dog, and she was so into me, but I was so scared. Like, why are you into me? Like, I'm scared, man. Like, I don't want to have anything to do with you. Even like I worked with the personal trainer for almost a year. He was like, let's go out for a drink. I was like, no, I don't know what you're gonna do to me. I didn't say that to him, but I was like, I'm not getting drunk around anyone. I've never drank alcohol for over 3 years now. I don't plan on doing it because maybe people can say it's fear coming from fear, but I'll never put myself in that position where I'm vulnerable like that ever again. And yeah, I'm an all or nothing person. Either we're having all the bottles or none.
I hear that. That's like, so you going into the role you're doing now,
Yeah.
all that in the back, it's almost like you're healing other people. Is it fair to say you're possibly trying to be the person you wish you had?
I'm being the person that I've always, like, I have a vision of who I want to become, right? So future me, he's got a long grey beard, he's got long hair as well. And he talks to me sometimes and I'm like, I try and live my life by two people. Like, would he be proud of me, my grandfather, and would future me be proud of me? So, like, yeah, I'm trying to be, the person that I wish that was there for me was future me. And I didn't realize, but he's been guiding me. So when I speak with people in transformational coaching, I look at it like, not who do they need me to be, but what is this person bringing to me that I've also seen in my own journey, that I've also seen in others, that I know that I've seen this before, and how can I bring it to their awareness without telling them what to do? Because I think that's like the most powerful thing is when you come to your own realizations. If I can ask you some questions that facilitate that whole process, great. But I'm never going to tell someone this is what you need to do and this is why, unless it's very dire and I can see that, okay, for example, like I was speaking to someone who's had a lot of sexual abuse in their past and they kept being around the person who had done it to them when they were a kid. And I just said to him straight up, if you want to work with me, you have to get rid of that person. And they said, well, can't do that. I said, fine, we can't work together. And here's some resources I'll point you in the right direction of. Here's a therapist. Here's some numbers that you can call for survivors and police and stuff like that. But I can't be involved in that in good conscience. I don't want that energy in my life because I feel like I'm perpetuating the paedophilic abuse.
Would you consider yourself a survivor?
Not really. I don't like the word. It indicates that like you're just scraping by. I'm just.
But in the sense of like in trauma and stuff you go through that.
I think the word is very disempowering, bro, because it suggests that, oh man, this was like really bad. And I'm more of the opinion that, bro, it's as normal as I ate some pancakes. All right, yeah, like when I was young, some shit happened, but when today, like my dog barked at me. I don't think it should be, for me, this is me coming out of the other side of it now. It's not a big deal as it used to be. And the word survivor indicates that I have some sort of like, I survived and I need to like make sure I remember it. Like I'm looking at it in a very different way. Like I'm normalized those experiences to myself so that when the flashbacks come up or when the memories come up or when the resentment comes up, oh yeah, I remember that. It's also like I dropped some blueberries on the floor. I'm resentful about that. Wasted £3. You know how annoying that is?
that to me, that sounds powerful though. That what you just said to me holds a lot of power, and I respect that. What advice would you give for people? Just wrapping this up. Right? What advice would you give for people going through depression and also going through trauma? Because I believe obviously you've been through a lot of trauma, and I think you have interesting coping mechanisms. And it's weird. You know what? I'll go to your question, right? Let me go a bit off topic a little bit. I had no idea what we were going to talk about. No, like, you have an idea, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've tried to keep it that way. I've tried to not have as much communication with you prior to our talk. So, and then how I work is when we meet up, I'll ask you questions, we'll start talking, I'll get you used to talking to me and answering questions, and then when we sit down, we'll go straight at it. Right? But so I had no idea. I just thought to myself, look, this is a guy that took some conscious stuff and I think it's dope, let's just chat, let's have a chat.
Yeah.
And then you drop this on me and I'm like, this is mad, like, wow. And I commend you so much for having the strength to talk about it. To talk about it in the manner that you do, and it's almost like you're talking about it, but you're not being a victim to it. The thing of you, the survivor thing really hit me just because of everything you've gone through and how you can just talk about it so flippantly, even though I know it's not a flippant situation. So again, back to my question, what advice do you give people and how do you tell people to almost adopt a similar mindset that you have right now?
You hit the nail on the head, man. You know when you're a victim, you blame stuff all the time.
Yeah, bro.
Like, you could be a victim of traffic.
Bro, come on. Bro.
You could be a victim of I used to have really bad road rage, believe it or not. I used to have really bad road rage to the point where I got out of the car one day and I was about to have a fist fight with a guy who pulled out a knife. He goes, "You want to die today?" And I was like, "No." He goes, "Shut up and get back in your car." And that reminded me of being a victim of traffic, which is like the situations that we go through, right? So like for me, I got PTSD, bipolar disorder. Well, that's kind of subsided because I cut stuff out of my life. I got manic depression. You feel on top of the world one day, you feel like shit the next. You know, I've got some type of, whatever the labels are, right? I believe that if you're a victim to the label, it means that you allow it to govern your life, which means that you allow it to dictate who you are, how you behave, the things you do. And my whole thing is like, if that's where you're at right now, let's embrace it. Let's sit with it and be like, okay, I am a victim of traffic right now. I'm acting a fool. I'm acting a fool right now because the light turned red and he cut in front of me. I didn't crash the car. I can still walk. Like I'm good. Accept that I'm a victim of the traffic, and then assess where I want to go forward. So I created this model. It's called the 4 A's. I don't know if it's out there. I just came up with it one day. The first A is acknowledge. So that you acknowledge I'm a victim. Then you accept it. You're damn right I'm a victim. You're fucking right I'm getting pissed off with that. You cut in front of me, Jonathan. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Jonathan.
Yeah, fuck that guy. By the way, there was no one who abused me called Jonathan.
No, it's fine. No, but I know what you do. I do the same thing. We'll go to what you're saying, but when I talk in some way, I'll probably when I talk about the car.
Yeah. So then you accept that you're enraged, right? And then after that, you assess, like, all right, if this isn't where I want to be right now, where do I want to be? What does that best lifestyle look like to me? And then the last one is you act in accordance with where you want to be. And for the victim thing, for the getting out depression thing, for all of that stuff, is, okay, what does my life look like without depression? And some people can't even imagine it. But let's go wildest dreams right now. It could be like I'm sitting on the beach sipping on whatever mocha loca choke. I don't know what the fuck the thing is, but you're sipping on something. You got some fine people around you. You're in the pool. You're eating something nice. How did you get there? Oh, we took a stroll from the beach house, and we all had a party here. It was great fun. Okay, what's your mindset like? Oh, I'm free, happy, chill, no anxiety, no stress. Oh, why? Because my life isn't built around a series of, oh, well, I gotta be at this there, I gotta be here, I gotta be there. You get there slowly, right? It's taken me, I had a little breakdown last year because I achieved things that I thought were going to take me over a decade in 3 years. But it's only happened because I took radical action. So all of my advice for other people is always practical. Look at where you want to be and remove the things that don't match up with that now. So for me, I used to work in a bank, had to get rid of it because it doesn't match up with where I want to be. Then I took this 70% pay cut to go and work in an office where I was the only employee doing menial monkey work, like manual admin nonsense from archiving physical files and stuff. But I took my laptop there, listened to podcasts, listened to audiobooks, did a lot of self-development, started my blog. I learned a lot, and dedicating your life to learning about yourself, about the world, about other people, about the things you've been through, that's what's going to allow you to move through it, move with it, not having the resistance on you. And yeah, the main thing I would say for everyone is like, you choosing to be where you are right now. There's no one else is forcing us to do anything. There's no gun to your head right now. And if there is, you're probably not going to be around for very long. So my advice doesn't mean shit anyway. So if the gun is not to your head, look at your I have to's and think about whether or not you want to have them there. My I have to's were a list of bullshit that come from the culture. I just said I don't want to live by I have to. I want to live by I choose to or I get to.
Has it taken you a while to adopt that sort of mentality?
Yeah, it took me a while, but the best thing is like, again, radical action. I cut out everyone from my life and just started from scratch. Some people I've reconnected with, and I had to explain to them. I was like, look, man, this is where I was at. I was not in a good place, and even if you were around me when I was going through it, you knew I was being a dick, and they were like, yeah, we did. So I just said, this is why I did it. I hope you can understand. Can we move through it? Some of them said yeah. Most of them said fuck you. So I said, all right. You know, there's a couple billion people here. I haven't counted them all, so I don't know. There's loads of people on the planet, man. Go and make friends with some different ones. You know what I'm saying?
Let's end on Japan. When you go to Japan?
Going in April, man, and there's so many things I'm excited about.
Sick.
Yeah, it's been really weird. When I decided on going, things started coming into my life. Like I met this woman recently. Oh man, yeah, exciting. Because I said I put off relationships for a long time.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I put off relationships for ages, and then I met her, and she was like, she just wanted to take stuff slow, and I was like, cool.
I'm glad I got to chat to you before Japan, man.
Thank you, man. Same.
Go on.
I was not expecting. I didn't know what to expect when we were chatting, but I can't wait to have you as a guest on my podcast. 'Cause I got a billion questions for you.
I can't wait to come on it, man. That'll be interesting, bro. Seriously, just tell me when.
Yeah.
Tell me when, man. Just tell me when. It's been touching, bro.
Mm.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Cool.
Thank you.
No worries, man. Damn, bro.
Yeah.